Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of our Road to Glory career mode with some Power League. This is episode number 47, and today I am back with a full live episode as we have the remainder of the January transfer window featuring transfer deadline day, all of which will be live, and also a big game in February as we take on RB Leipzig just before the big title clash against Bayern, which will be coming in the next episode. So yeah, a huge game in the Milan Tour and transfer deadline day played live. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. Before we get into it though, I want to show you what's on my transfer list right now, what players we are currently trying to shift on. Obviously you guys have been suggesting me moves to make in the transfer window with a very small budget. It's hard to do those, but mainly those of you that have been commenting saying you've got to get rid of this player, got to get rid of that player. As you can see, all of those youth players that have basically no potential at all, they are on the transfer list, including Winter, our first ever academy graduate, as he's only 5'9". He's came back from loan and I'm still not keen on him. But Zhang is also on the transfer list now. Some of you guys saying it's time to let the Chinese striker go, which is a bit of a shame because I actually like him. But he's 74 rated and I think he's a 5th choice striker now, so maybe best to sell him. And also Dudziak as well. Kala, I know some of you guys want me to get rid of Kala, but Kala, I can't do it, you know, I can't do it to the guy. He came through the academy so many years ago. I'd hate to sell him, I really would. So I'm trying to force him into early retirement by offering him out on loan, bringing him back and not giving him new contracts. But hopefully we'll get him out on loan regardless, someone pays his wages. But that's my transfer list right now. You see our budget there. It's not big, and I don't anticipate anything happening towards the end of this episode, but you never know. Maybe we'll get some bids. I guess we'll have to wait and see. And we're advancing towards transfer deadline day, and we do actually have one email here, and it's a bid for Chen Yang, who is a Chinese defensive midfielder. Grimsby Town want to take him for £110,000, 10 grand less his valuation, but we can live with that. And that gets rid of another one of those youth players who have no potential at all, and I don't even know why I gave him a contract. So he is off to Blundell Park, presumably, as transfer deadline day is now upon us. And I don't think anything is going to happen at all. It's just going to be a really quiet transfer window. All we've done is loaned out a couple of youth talents and sell a few with no potential at all. But to be fair, I don't think we need to do anything. You know, I discussed it in the last episode. We've got Charities staying now, and I don't think we need to do anything at all. But there are some players right now on my shortlist. There has been some comments from you guys saying you should keep on signing like veterans on pre-contracts and make it like a staple theme of the series. There are a few who we could sign, but unfortunately the problem is most of them have wages which are just far too high. Buffon, 59 grand a week. Nani is probably the best we could do at 37 grand a week. Then there's Diego Costa, but he's on 200 grand a week. So there are a few players that are in their 30s, Mario Gomez, but unfortunately their salaries are quite high. So in the first season we signed Villa and Casillas. In the second season we signed Kaká, but I think for season 3 going into season 4 there's no one we can really sign, sadly, so that probably won't happen this year. So it's a great theme, isn't it? I really do like it. I'll probably do it again next year in one of my career modes, but yeah, we can't really do it this year, sadly, due to the high excessive wages those guys are on. So transfer deadline day is here then, and as you can see, Chen Yang is off, totally fine with me. He's off to the Marinas, and I think that's probably the only thing we do on deadline day, really. Bit of an anticlimax. So the most I can get in my wage budget right now is around £22,000, which isn't enough. But there are 2 emails here with 8 hours to go on deadline day. And I'd imagine he's a transfer offers for 2 youth players here, as Nuri could be on his way to Bayer Leverkusen. Oh, that's not good, because Leverkusen are a title rival. Hamburg, our rivals are trying to sabotage our title bid. I can't believe it. They're letting him go on the cheap to Bayer Leverkusen. Oh, that's dirty from Hamburg, man. They're letting him go with a really good player who scored a brace against us last year at the Volkspark Stadion for a cheap fee of £12 million to a title rival. Hamburg are trying to sabotage our title bid, man. This isn't good. But another transfer, and this time for Zhang Yuning, and our Chinese striker may be on his way to Freiburg for £3.7 million. That gives us a little bit of money to work with. Now, I like Zhang. He's come off the bench a few times and scored some important goals for us, but he is... well, how many times has he even played this season? Well, he's got a decent record in Europe, 4 games played and 2 goals scored, but only 1 appearance in the Bundesliga and the Cup as well. He doesn't really get that much football. Obviously, we know that he's 5th choice now behind Poulsen, El Toro, Selke, and Thomas Olivier and Mang. Selke's got the better goal record in Europe with 3 goals in 5 games. And going forward, now we're into the knockout stages, Zhang probably won't feature in Europe either. And because we're not in the Cup, I don't know if Zhang will feature at all between now and the end of the season, actually. So, to be honest, I think even though Zhang is nice to have in the team as our staple Chinese player, even though I do like him, I think it probably is best to let him go as he's not getting first team football. And again, I don't think he'll even play between now and the end of the season, to be honest. So I think we'll let him go. In fact, you know what? I might counter offer for £4 million, try and get a little bit of extra cash. But the only problem there is it takes up an extra hour at the very least on deadline day. And really, if we get that sort of money, we can at least do something with the wage budget for a pre-contract player. So I think we'll let him go for his valuation. He's off to Freiburg then to join Christopher Butchman and Rio Miyaichi. Zhang, cheers for your service. You scored some big goals, but now it's time to go and get some first team football. I guess you got to look at this from my position as Chinese manager as well. I don't want to play players that aren't playing for their club. I want those guys to get first team football and develop much better. And we now have a bid from Matthias de Leer, which is quite interesting. The first ever signing at the Minotaur. You guys made it, and he's held down a first choice position in the CB role since then. Juventus want to take him to Turin for £6 million. Now, we could probably get quite a bit of money for De Ligt. Only 19 years old, 76 rated, with some decent potential. However, De Ligt was your very first signing. He was our very first signing. I do not want to let the Dutch teenager go. So De Ligt stays here, and Juve, we'll have to look elsewhere. And we now got 7 hours left on deadline day. And we have £2.8 million in our transfer budget, 27 grand a week on the wage budget. I'm quite frustrated there's been no bids for Bilo yet. Oh my goodness gracious me. Wow, that one sale of Zhang has made us rich in the wage budget department. I can't believe that, seriously. Look at that, we got £2.7 million for Zhang? Was it £2.7 million for Zhang, I think it was? Was it £3.7 million for Zhang? And look how much money we can put in the wage budget courtesy of that sale there. That's crazy. And let's go in for at least one pre-contract signing on deadline day just to make things interesting. Mario Gomez, Mario Gomez, Mario Gomez. Cha cha. Nah, we're not going to get him. So 6 hours remaining now as Liverpool by Forsberg. I'm pleased to see that with RB Leipzig coming in the next game. And now moving into 5 hours left on deadline day. It seems like we're not going to get any more bids for our players on the transfer list right now, which is quite frustrating because I'd like a little bit more cash. And there are some players here who just don't have a future here, and certain players who I'd rather shift on. No bids are coming in for Cala. Take the guy on loan, man. I don't want to pay his wages anymore. So I think we might have to just go and get someone from the pre-contracts store, if you will, right now. We'll do one more advance, see if any bids come in, and oh, right down queue, there we go, one more bid. Okay, so this bid is going to be for Sebastian Hayes, another one of those youth prospects with little potential, it seems. 58 rated, left back, 18 years old. We don't play with left backs anyway, so he can go. And I don't think that's going to give us that much money, even in the wage budget department, but we may as well get rid of the guy. You know, I am actually thinking about Mario Gomez as a fifth choice striker, well, fourth choice striker, probably ahead of Thomas Olivier Amang, at least for the one season he'd be here. I think it would be quite cool to have Gomez, I really do, as a German striker, playing his final year here at the Milan Tour before his retirement. I think that would be quite cool, don't you? I think that would be pretty interesting. So, I might do it. I might offer him a one-year deal and see if we get Mario Gomez for the year. Then he retires, and maybe it'd be just as good as Villa, probably not. But again, I think for a year, just for 1 year, just to Gomez to tutor the young strikers, if you will, like El Toro and Nemang and Selker and Paulson. I think that could be quite interesting. So yeah, I might give Mario Gomez a 1-year contract. And see what he says. The one I'd want more than anyone is Diego Costa. We can't afford him, sadly, but Nani is possible. 32 years old, 80 rated, 5-star skills with a 4-star weak. We can play through the middle as well, and Nani's still got it. You know, Nani wouldn't be like Mario Gomez or Kaka, for example. Nani would actually be a really useful player to have, especially because coming off the bench, we don't have that many quality wingers. And he's got that 5-star skills, which I love. So I actually think Nani, you know, like, don't get me wrong, Gomez is here for a novelty. Gomez is here to sell shirts. Kaka's here to sell shirts. But Nani wants a wage decrease as well, which I love. I think Nani would actually be a really smart little pre-contract signing. And he's only 32, so he probably wouldn't retire in the first year. So we'll give him a 4-year deal. And well, maybe a 3-year deal, and see whether Nani would want to swap Valencia for Hamburg. Why not? So 3 hours left, 3 emails as we expect, and we've also gone ahead and sold Sebastian Hayes, and both Mario Gomez and Nani have accepted those pre-contracts. So I think we should sign them both. I think we should get them both in. It's a shame that we can't get the extra 21 grand we'd need for Diego Costa, but that's just one of those things. But Mario Gomez and Nani as a package deal, I mean, those two coming in on pre-contracts, I think those two signings right there are going to be pretty useful. Gomez is a 4th choice striker. He's still got it. He's still got it. He'll be here for a year and then retire. And then Nani's actually got some really decent stats. So yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll wait for at least the final 2 hours and then accept it on the 1 hour. If we get one more bid, we might just have enough to be able to sign Costa. And there is one email, so if we can sell Bilo or Dudziak, we'll probably have enough for Costa, and it's a buff. Of all the players to get a bid for, it's El Toro. I don't care how much money you give me, Deportivo. I don't care how much money you want to throw my way. The ball is going nowhere. The league's top scorer, 17 years old, 78 rated. The future of St. Pauli. El Toro stays here, mate. El Toro stays with me. And there's not enough time now to do any more sales. So because of that, we're going to make 2 signings there. Mario Gomez and Nani on pre-contracts. And genuinely, I think the Nani deal is pretty good. Now, don't get me wrong. Mario Gomez is going to be here just to sell shirts, be a mentor for the younger strikers. But Nani's actually got some really decent stats. Still 80 rated, 32 years old. Gomez will be here for the year, and then we'll let him retire. We won't even give him a contract if his deal's not coming to the end of the year. He doesn't want to retire. So Gomez and Nani are going to come in next season on pre-contracts. And, you know, I genuinely do believe those 2 signings right there could be pretty useful. So Gomez and Nani coming in to the Milan Tour for Season 4. We love these veterans. They keep on breathing new life into St. Pauli, and hopefully these 2 can do the same. And you know, the best thing about this is that we're still going to have quite a bit of money left in our budget. And the reason why this was really crucial to me as well, not spending all of it, is because now we can send our youth scouts back out. Do you remember our youth scouts? We've still got 2 youth scouts, and they haven't done anything for a while now because we've had no money to use them. We can't send them out on missions with no money. So now we've got some money in our budget. We can now send our youth scouts back out. So I think in the next couple of episodes, what I'll do is I'll once again ask you guys, my head of youth development, where these youth scouts will go. So yeah, keep a lookout in the next 2 episodes. I'll be asking you guys where Torben Fischer and Marcus Falca go next. Okay then, so deadline day has ended as Bayern sold Kimmich and bought in Bernard and Raphael. And I think we've done okay as Dortmund bought L from my whole saving FM and sold Pulisic, interestingly enough. I think we did some okay business there. We got rid of some of the players who, simply put, weren't ever going to have a future here at the Milan Tour. Certain players who just didn't really, as Leverkusen strengthened their title bid there with Fofana and Nuri, didn't really strike me as players who would ever really develop and do too well in a number of years will be here at the Milan Tour. But to bring in Nani and Gomez for next season, I think that's pretty decent business. I really do. It's shrewd business, picking up those 2 players on free transfers, as Wolfsburg have bought Mario Balotelli, and I'm excited to see how they can both get on next season at the Milan Tour. So that's it then. Deadline day is over. We'll do a squad report, a look at the standings once more, and also we shall go into the first and only game today against RB Leipzig. So deadline day has indeed ended then with Gomez, and I love doing this. I really do. I know some of you guys don't like it, and I understand that, you know, it's not the best strategy going forward, but this save is supposed to be a bit different to my other career modes, and this is one of the reasons why I really like it. Signing veteran players. I rarely ever sign players over the age of 27 normally. But to get 30-year-olds coming in and spending their final years at the Milan Tour, I just think it's really fun. I really enjoy doing it. But these are our academy players anyway. Hao Gao still looks fantastic. I'm very excited about this guy. I really am. 60 rated, 92, 94 potential. And also, let's not forget Dao Wan Shu, 61 rated, 8 to 88 potential. Very decent himself. These Chinese players in our academy make up for all the rubbish ones we got prior to these guys. And a look at our complete business throughout the entire year, both in the summer transfer window and the January transfer window as well. You can see exactly what we did. I have to say, I think this year has probably been one of our best, if not our best years for transfer business. We've sold quite a lot of deadwood, we've brought in some young talent, we've signed some good players on free transfers, and we've scrapped on some of the youth players that don't have any potential at all. I think we've done some really good business over the course of these 2 transfer windows. And as promised, just before the RB Leipzig game, a look at the squad reports. You can see how the players are currently getting on. Justin Bilo has now jumped over Sebastian Hahn in terms of rating, gone up to a 77. Those two right now are playing leapfrog with one another for who wants to become the higher rated goalkeeper. But I think Bilo is done. Sebastian Hahn's got potential to be special. Bilo's potential is in the low 80s, I do believe. So I think Bilo is done here. We'll keep him for the rest of the year, but I'd imagine in Season 4 he's probably going to go. So he'll be our third choice goalkeeper between now and the end of the season, but for next year, we'll probably look to shift him on as soon as possible. Look at Moses' stats. Oh my word, what a signing the engine has been for us. But yeah, it's been a good season so far. It's been a really, really good season. We are still sitting top of the table. We are still playing really good football and looking really, really strong. We're into the Europa League round of 32 as well against Red Bull Salzburg. RB Salzburg. Sorry, always get it wrong. But yeah, we're doing well. We're doing well at the moment in all our competitions. The squad's looking good too. They're looking fresh. And I must say, with half the season left to go, there's still definite confidence in my eyes that we can pick up a trophy this year. The cup is gone, but Europa League or the league, or possibly the double, you never know. I think one of those two trophies we should be targeting to win come the end of the season. So this is our squad between now and the end of the season. It's looking good. I'm confident in my set of players, and I believe we can pick up some silverware come the end of the year. Alright then, so it's time for the first and only game of today's episode as we take on RB Leipzig here at the Millantor. They beat us in the reverse fixture by 2-0, but if you remember, the guy that made sure that RB Leipzig got the win came off the bench to score a goal and get an assist, and that was Forsberg, but he's just gone, so I'm very glad to know he won't be coming off the bench to cause me heartache once again. We are sitting top of the table, 1 point clear of Bayern. We want to keep on winning and cement our place on top of the tree, so come on St. Pauli, big night here at the Millantor. Let's get a big 3 points and stay away from Bayern and keep ourselves top of the table. That's your ball, Moses. Well done. Some quick little volley through towards Charities, who I'm so glad to be keeping. As Charities looks for Paulson, finds a great first touch, and then a big block by Klosterman as he gets it behind for a throw. Really important interception there as Paulson was through for a free shot at goal. Chichariti back to Kluivert, crosses towards El Toro, free header, who puts it in, and 6 minutes in, the ball makes it 1-0 to St. Pauli. Deportivo could have offered me £50 million, and I would have said no. I want to keep this 17-year-old here. He is so important, and he's now into double figures for the first time in his career. It was a wonderful floated ball by Justin Kluivert, and there was El Toro, who got in between the two white shirts in the middle with a free header. Fantastic off-the-ball movement, and an even better header past the goalkeeper and into the back of the net. The perfect start. El Toro makes it 1-0 to St. Pauli with his 10th of the year. Well, the German striker that had the best off-the-ball movement, in my opinion, was Miroslav Klose. But it's not off the ball movement that El Toro needs, clearly. It's just more clinical finishing that Gomez will hopefully provide for him next season as Keita crosses the ball to the centre. Leno punches clear. It'll come back in though. Haustenberg on the ball, plays it inside. Great chance, and Timo Werner was onside there. I thought someone stepped up to put him offside. Evidently not. And he fired the ball horribly wide as he sliced it behind for a goal kick. Big let off there, and we still lead by 1, but our defence was breached easily. Andrade's throw to Valena. Maybe one chance just before the break here if we want to push the pace and get the ball forward. With Chichariti going down this right-hand side. He's a quick lad. He will fake back and find El Toro. And he'll release Andrade. And what a chance here for a second goal just before the break. Andrade into Chichariti. Looks for Paulson. Finds him. And he finds the bottom corner. Yusuf Paulson scores against his former club. Shows respect. And makes it 2-0. You know, he got off to such a fast start. 6 goals in 4 games. But since then, he's not really been too, let's just say, consistent with his goal scoring run of form. He scored against Hoffenheim to break the drought, and he's now scored once more though. His second goal in 4 goals, I think, or maybe 5, and it's his 8th of the year, and it's now 18 goals for the strike duo as we take a 2-goal lead just before the break. Perfect time to strike. That's the St. Pauli way, you see. That is the St. Pauli way. And Nani and Gomez will need to be aware of that next season. Even though we were leading by 1, could have put our foot on the ball, conserved energy before the break. That's not the St. Pauli way. Get that ball forward, look for more chances, look for more goals, and you'll get rewarded by playing that style of play. There's Valena on the ball, looking for Paulson. Finds him on this ball down the left-hand side, trying to turn his man. It's still Paulson getting inside the area. He's done well. He's done really well. It's Paulson. It should have been free, but it will be now. El Toro capitalises on a lucky rebound. Makes it 3 for St. Pauli, but really the guy that should get the credit is the guy that's celebrating with him. Yusuf Paulson, great little movement to get inside. Shot deflected, and El Toro did the rest. Did well to ride the challenge there, then a step over to take it around the last man. The shot was well saved saved by Müller, but it dropped kindly to El Toro, 3 in the 6-yard area, who simply couldn't miss. It is 11th for the year. This is why you don't sell your star players. We could have raised, what is it, £41 million, £42 million for the sales of El Toro and Charities, but we said no. Charities scored in the last game, and El Toro scores a double in this one. Keep your star players, man. Don't cash in. Don't go for the money. Keep these important players in your team. Charities through to El Toro. El Toro back on the ball through to Charities for 4, and Müller can't keep it out. It is another goal for Charities, 2 in 2 for the Italian, as he brings out the acrobatics, and El Toro has bagged a brace and got an assist as well. I think RB Leipzig were looking for a whistle there after Keita was, well, tackled. El Toro held it up, gave it to Charities. Goalkeeper got a touch, couldn't keep it out. 4-0 to St. Pauli. What a big win this is going to be. There's Keita for Leipzig, inside to Young. There is the lit with a tackle though, and now finds El Toro through towards Kaka, just off the bench. Nice Ronaldo chop, looking for Paulson. Oh, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant from Kaka, and Paulson is through, and he's hit the post again. How many times does Yusuf Paulson hit the post? And then the rebound fell toward El Toro, but he was literally right next to the post, and he ends up smacking it himself as the ball was going out for a goal kick. So yeah, brilliant ball by Kaka. You can see his frustration. Paulson once again hitting the post. Every time he goes forward, he hits the woodwork more times than find the back of the net, it seems. RB Leipzig, spread the word. We are looking to get revenge on every team that has beaten us so far this season. So Hannover 96 and Freiburg, beware. You may have beat us at your house, but when you come to the Milan Tour, you are in for a battering. What a win this was for the Buccaneers. No doubt he deserved the win. Far superior side, 10 shots, 7 on target. And to be honest, probably should have scored a couple more. Hit the post twice in a matter of seconds as well in the second half. But I'll certainly take the 4-0 win, no doubt. And a shared man the match for 2-star players that we had 2 big transfer offers for in the summer transfer window very recently. Charities with a goal and 2 assists, and El Toro with 2 goals and 1 assist. This is why you keep your star players. You can keep your money Deportivo, CSKA Moscow, and Borussia Mönchengladbach. These 2 are staying here. And today proved exactly why I made the right decision. And that will end today's episode of our Road to Glory career mode with St. Pauli as well, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy today's double episode upload day, then please do consider leaving a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated, and they really help the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic night. Enjoy the Champions League final tonight, and I'll see you for the next episode of our RTG career mode with St. Pauli very soon.